Welcome to Best There Is podcast. We're here with the normal people, Declan, Lucas, me,
Hello.
Ernie. Hello. Things have been crazy lately. We could blame it on the heat. We could blame it on the stars or zodiac signs. Do you guys care about zodiac signs?
No, that's stupid.
Do you know who really is in it? And I hate
care.
to bring him into this podcast again. Donnie.
No fucking
Donnie cares
way.
about that stuff? Why
What
does
a
Donnie care about that?
Okay.
He literally will talk to like his dates about zodiac signs and shit.
Oh,
What a fucking
what a-
loser. That's the
It's funny
that
because
is
but I won't lie to you. There's times I've looked at my zodiac sign and it's kind of right.
No.
Like, and
Dude,
I'm like,
no.
Have you read all
It's-
the other
it's-
zodiac
Dude,
signs?
it's literally
Right,
it's
right.
vague enough
Yeah.
to apply to literally
Yeah,
anyone.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
a
I feel
fortune.
you, I
Well, no,
feel you.
even fortune cookies I respect more.
But I don't know. Do you believe in the whole like
No.
when the
When the lights
have
go
come-
down
I was singing. I
in
don't.
the city.
How
I'll sing a different
what
song.
song?
I'll
Why
sing
would you think of a different song?
sunshine
I was singing "Stand by Me"
The
when the
band
night is calm.
No.
has come
No
It's
one.
has come.
and the land is dark.
But
And the
what-
moon
when-
is the only light
when
we
certain
see.
planets line up and stars line up, you don't think there's stuff that happened in the world that does shift things?
No.
Because like everyone like always when it's like it's
Unless there's like some fourth dimensional cosmic energy that just somehow
Some prawn or
You
some
know,
shit.
that's sci-fi.
Life-sustaining vital force.
Because
yeah,
it's
that's
like
sci-fi level shit.
everybody always was like, it's a full moon tonight. Like when
I'm gonna
it's
turn into a
a
werewolf.
legit full moon, we did have crazy
Yes, that's why we had the
waiter waitress nights at our restaurants. And my mom,
It's because the tides change.
she had she's
No,
a birthing
is-
nurse.
And it
There was
changes
more
human emotion.
There was
Yeah.
way more bursts during full moon. So
Yeah.
when she knew it was a legit calendar says full moon.
That's not mysticism. That's just learned biology. That just is something.
But that means something does change within the
Magnetic
sky and all
fields.
that.
It could just be timing too. It could just be
Radiation.
humans. As we learn the concept of time, we learned to read time through the moon first. So we decided to set our biological cycles to the moon. Who knows? I don't think it's
Is
some.
that how you know you're in your period?
I don't think it's some fucking mysticism that's all like, ooh, the moon's energy is. No, I think maybe the biggest thing you'd say is the tides change, and you could say the electromagnetic force.
I'm
of the Earth
gonna
changes,
come
right?
in with a badass attitude, be like, man, sorry guys, the tides are changing on me right now. I'm all fucked up. Like I'm upset right now.
But there were people who were lunatics that when the full moon did come out, they actually did lose their
I
fucking mind.
just put
That's
that
not-
together.
That's just crazy people.
no.
No.
A
It-
Luna.
That's
tick.
where that term came from. Is like it's
you just put it together.
it's
Yeah. So
Really?
did you.
No, I didn't just
hold
put
on.
it together.
I thought you were joking.
No, I'm being for real.
Now
I
I-
never thought of
Oh,
lunatics.
Okay.
So lunatic was when the moon was full, they went
And,
crazy.
Yeah, some people like lost their minds. Yeah,
That's
Werewolves.
I
Is that
love
your favorite
werewolves.
word now?
vampires.
What makes you like werewolves?
I
Besides
think
them being stupid.
I think growing up,
No, they're fine.
liking Wolverine, and then the fact they're just beastly.
and they're just big ass wolves.
Well, I think the
Well-
fact that they always like the whole
So you're a Jacob kind of person.
the
Wait, hold on. What kind of werewolf we talking about? Are we talking like the one that stand on their 2 feet, not like an actual big ass
Yeah.
wolf?
Yeah, no, fuck that.
So I think that was what
About man
Twilight,
wolf?
right?
They
Twilight
turn
No,
had
out
I'm
those
thinking of
big-ass
like
wolves.
kind of more like the Wolfman, but I like when they look like a wolf but standing. They're pretty vicious. But I like the idea of Jekyll Hyde
Are you
thing.
a furry?
Yeah.
No.
Are you sure?
That means
Try it out,
I
dude.
that means I would get off on it. I don't get off on.
Have you ever worn a suit?
No, I wouldn't mind
No,
wearing a
oh,
suit, but not
whoa.
not a furry suit. I'd wear a werewolf suit. That'd be cool.
That's a
That's
furry
furry
suit.
suit.
You're a furry dude.
If I went to a
You're
Halloween
furry.
store, they don't sell furry suits.
You're
They
a
sell
No. You're a furry. No, it's
Ernie is
okay.
confirmed furry.
Yeah, we have that right now.
Sure.
We're gonna put that in his fucking Wikipedia page.
I guess
Let
if you
your
like,
wife know, but hey, you really want to get him going? Dress as a werewolf.
don't shave for like a month. He'll fucking love it. Yeah.
Actually, I think you would.
No.
You sick
God, no.
bastard.
God no.
I don't want to talk. We already talked about the pregnancy last time we were on the podcast, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to talk about this kind of stuff right now. I want to talk about.
You did bring up
I want to talk
periods earlier
about
for whatever
Marvel
reason.
movies or TV shows. Which one do you want to talk about first, though?
The movie.
Black Widow, because Loki opens up too much. So we're on.
I didn't like it. No, actually, no. All right, so I don't know.
I hate. First of all, I hate this because I don't want us to be a movie podcast, and I don't want us to be a Marvel podcast. But it's like
DC
it's,
make something.
It's like
Or Ernie wants something new.
But it's like nonstop in our face. Black Widow was a huge deal because they finally released it. It didn't really matter. And then the Loki season finale. But Black Widow didn't really matter. It did suck. It took a long time. And it kind of pulled the rug for me where I wasn't as excited anymore. Because I was a long time ago. Like, I can't wait. Taskmaster. This is going to be the shit. And then we finally got it. And I was just like, whatever. And
it was just a generic movie.
Well, I mean, like
they tried to be
it was
a weird spy movie.
You could have took all the names out of it. This is the thing I always look at. If I could take names out of a movie, would it change the way I look at it? And it wouldn't. It would just be a spy thriller. A lot of dumb things happen in it. But it was a good movie. It wasn't bad. It wasn't phenomenal. Scarlett Johansson, I think, is great. If anything, it made me feel like I don't want her to go. But it's a multiverse shit. I don't know what's gonna happen. But with Black Widow, I think it was a lot of humor that's went underneath the rug for people that didn't. People were bitching that there was too much humor, but I think it was
underneath the rug,
like very subtle that they just snuck in there. Like,
what humor was subtle?
A lot of the family bickering, like her and her sister all the time, like nonstop. Like they're in the chase. She's like, you got a plan, and she's like, no. Then she's like, oh, I agree, you don't got a plan.
Yeah, that's the stereotypical sister
Right,
relationship
but
in a movie.
But again, it's family. When you see it in a superhero movie, it's a humorous
it's
thing.
a spy movie, and we have seen it in the spy movies all the time.
But again, it's something where people were like, more humor.
What made this a superhero movie?
Red Guardian. I mean, the Black Widows were interesting. Taskmaster was interesting.
Wait a minute. Does Red Guardian have a shield throughout the whole movie?
No, he takes a Taskmaster.
Then why does it? Even his clique has his shield.
I know. I don't know. Well, to be fair, spoilers. The Taskmaster's real name is Tony Atlas. That's a fucking wrestler.
No,
Tony Masters on the fucking Hero Click action figure.
Oh.
When it says alias, I'm like, cool. I told everybody he's going to be Tony Masters. There's going to be no mystery because it says on the card. Hero Clicks has ruined movies before. But
no, not this time.
No.
Very interesting.
But like I said, we were playing it the other day. It was crazy that in Avengers, when Black Widow is trying to negotiate with Loki, she brings up the villain and the fact that his daughter died. Whatever, was that a decade ago or some shit?
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy they still use that plot.
I mean, it's not the first time they've ever just thrown something out there.
Well, no, it's Budapest. Like that's they always throw that.
Budapest was important for that movie anyway, so they probably already had the idea.
Ain't it Budapest?
Budapest.
I don't know. The thing that bugged me though is it was always used as a joke with her and Hawkeye, and then like when it happened, it wasn't even.
It's the worst. It's literally the worst. But the Budapest part of this movie, I think this movie is fine. I think it was enjoyable. I enjoyed most of what Taskmaster had to offer. I enjoyed a lot of the combat to the point where I'm really excited for Shang-Chi. The martial arts is really good.
I won't lie though. I felt like Taskmaster kind of, minus the reveal, kind of was there in the beginning. I'm like, oh shit, this dude's sick. Then he kind of disappeared for like most of the movie.
Yeah,
I thought he was gonna keep showing up as like a badass that kept like kind of like a
Predator.
I wish. No, but like Winter Soldier, how he kept dropping in out of nowhere.
But they don't need to make
Winter
this.
Soldier was sick.
But people already draw the analogy of this.
When he grabs,
Winter Soldier,
fights the knife,
right?
and he catches the knife like Winter Soldier, it was sick. But go ahead, say it again.
People have already made this movie analogous to Winter Soldier already. It's got a very similar plot.
Yeah.
But the worst part of this movie is definitely being like is the Taskmaster real? Not because she's a woman, because it invalidates.
Well,
one of the darkest moments in the Marvel universe, which is stupid. It's like we can't have anything super, super, super dark.
We're talking about the fact that
Nat killed a child.
Yeah, that whole
reversal
and then the fact
it's
we
my daughter.
We only got Hawkeye in a voiceover.
But I don't care about it. I'm talking about like from a story perspective, not from a cameo. It would be awesome to say Hawkeye, but we didn't need him for the story. Is what I'm saying.
So
to have her have an Avenger.
She wasn't an Avenger yet.
But no, to have an Avenger in their past
to
kill a child to join Shield, like that's fucking dark. That's really interesting. It's a stain. It's on her.
You have to remember,
and it's a compelling character.
Shield was
point.
controlled by Hydra at that time, though.
you're proving my point.
Okay.
You're taking all of the onus out. I don't necessarily need all of my superheroes to be infallible people. You know, Tony had his arc, but
so,
it's like
you're killing a child.
Someone's got to be like. I wouldn't.
Here's
if you're a spy like Clint Barton, right? Hawkeye, he has to have done something fucked up. He has to have killed an innocent person or something like that, right? They all do. It's an occupational hazard, but to show those people being like, okay, now we're allowed to be superheroes.
What are you doing over there?
I was gonna bring up a subject. Our boy Michael, who's been on here.
You can't play his TikTok on the.
No, I'm not gonna play his TikTok. I was gonna look at his message, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to pull it up quick enough because it was a while ago. He was trying to explain to me that someone was saying, "What was your unpopular opinion in MCU?" And mine was, I think the girls are awesome in the MCU. That's my unpopular opinion, because a lot of people don't like the girls.
I think there's zero to limited amount of stakes.
I like Captain.
I don't think that's.
I like Captain
though.
Marvel. People hate Captain Marvel.
That
I thought that movie was great.
So bad. It's not Brie Larson's fault.
The girl.
That's not my biggest.
The girl scene where they all showed up. I got it. I understood the directors were like, "Look, this is our last go to have."
It's a little on the nose, but
it's on the nose.
It wasn't that big a deal.
They were just like, all the guys get slow mo.
It stands out more when they did it in The Mandalorian so much better. When we were wait, what? They're all okay.
Yeah, it was natural.
They just all happened to be.
Yeah, they're all working right there. This one was a forced scene, but I got it because they're like, look, the dudes have been getting their slow mo moments. Let's give them one, and it was cool. Whatever, I let it go. I didn't even blink at it when we watched it that night. I didn't go, hey, Declan, all the girls just helped Spider-Man. Like, I didn't really think of it. I just was like, whatever. But his unpopular opinion.
I disagree. I think we talked about it that night. I think when that happened, I turned to you and said,
his unpopular.
I kind of looked at you and you're like, huh, weird. It's weird to have all the girls. It's kind of on the nose, and then we just kind of moved on.
His opinion was that when Hawkeye gives a speech, like, the city's falling, we're fighting robots, I'm a guy bow and arrows. When you walk out, you'll be a Avenger. And he was like, to him, that sums up the Marvel Universe or MCU. Yeah. And then I was like, elaborate. And then he was like, well, it's because there's no stakes in the Avengers. No one develops in those movies. And I'm like,
I don't think it's that nobody develops. I think they're not willing to. They're not willing to.
I almost took a huge deep breath and just started rambling really fast. But
they're not willing to take risks with their characters. They're not willing to show the infallibility of some of their characters.
Well, the problem is now,
they show it with Bucky really well. That's like about the first time you really get to see it very well. But I Black Widow should be messed up over this, and she is. But then to have it like completely invalidate this huge moment in the Marvel universe about this whole fucked up thing,
Well,
I wouldn't be surprised if once we get the Hawkeye series, if it doesn't cover some of what Clint felt when he was being mind controlled, right?
You'd think it'd fuck him up. Fuck, why?
That's what I'm saying. But it's like, why is it?
Wi-Fi.
There was like a meme, and it's like Black Panther died 3 times, and it's like
Tony's still the hero we all love, even though it's his fault for most of things going wrong.
Like Iron Man dead, Black Widow dead, Vision dead, Rhodey paralyzed.
Yeah, it's all.
Rhodey's not paralyzed; he can walk.
No, he has robot legs.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah,
they're kind of like
Exoskeleton.
Okay. But it's like everybody's gone through their own shit. And I don't think that's fair to say that, oh, no, they're all just, they're basically getting the Superman treatment and they're fine.
No. That's, like I said, Nat, specifically in this moment, has a really dark, this is the darkest thing that any superhero in the Marvel Universe has done, is to kill a child. But you can, you can understand why she did it.
People felt like the open was controversial.
The what?
The opening scene where like the sleepers, they have to run, and then the children are getting attacked. The mom gets shot.
Why was that controversial?
Not controversial, but like
I don't see any issue.
People were intrigued with it. They liked it's almost like Scorpion Sub-Zero fight. People were really blown away by the beginning. They thought it was like high stakes very fast.
With the kids?
Yes. Letting the kids get taken away.
It was cool. It wasn't like...
I didn't find it cool. It was weird to me.
I was just like, it's an interesting way to start the movie. It's a good hook, in my opinion. The thing is, I didn't need the whole movie to be that.
Well, the whole movie wasn't that.
That's what I'm saying. It's like if people are arguing like that's their favorite part of the movie, it's like...
Oh, I wouldn't say it's their favorite part. I think it's people were
Then what's the controversy?
I think it's just we didn't or not we, but maybe we, I don't know how everyone feels, but the fact it started off so fast of we learn real quick they're sleeper cells. We learned that they're not that kind of a family.
Well,
we assume already those aren't his daughters.
Well, yeah, but like that's a thing of that time, right? Is everybody believed there was Russian sleeper families, so they're kind of paying into that.
But the whole thing is,
playing into that trope in this universe.
I think most movies you see like normal Marvel movies normally is like Black Widow's in action and then a flashback happens. This was just like boom flashback, and it was like almost like watching Magneto pull the gate as a little kid, like in the beginning. Or even First Class when he puts the quarter through someone's head or whatever.
Okay.
It was just very intense drama, traumatic shit. You know what I mean? At first.
Sure.
So I think people were just a little blown away because a lot of Marvel movies don't start like with the traumatic shit right away. But I mean, I was fine with it. It's no problem. But it sucks because it was kind of like Natasha doesn't know her.
Didn't Ragnarok
family.
start with Loki dying?
No, Endgame did.
Endgame did?
But that was just fucking everywhere. Endgame was just crazy because it starts off with Thanos fighting Hulk and then...
Yeah, and beating the shit out of him.
Yeah.
That is a crazy start to that
crazy,
movie.
Crazy start to a movie.
But, no, so the
Actually, I do gotta say that opening scene, pretty fucking dope. That dude's like, all right. Like, that's pretty strong to hold on to a plane.
Oh, he's
going like 60 miles an hour and be like, all right, yep, we got this. I mean, that's a
moment they took off. He was like on the plane the whole time.
Like the dad's out of nowhere just badass. Like, oh shit, like that's pretty fucking cool.
He is super soldier.
It's funny because he's just like, all right, how's he gonna move that? Nope, all right, he just fucking hurled that.
I saw him in a little bit of Hellboy. I felt like he was trying to play Perlman through the whole thing.
He's the sheriff in Stranger Things.
But he's known mainly for Stranger Things, which I need to watch. But he seems like a really good actor.
I like him.
He was great as...
David Harbour?
Yeah, I think so. He was great as Red Guardian.
Yeah.
And their family dynamic, I really thought the mom turned on them. I really did. When they did the whole, like, I have to call the cops on you. And you could tell she's crying and or not the cops, but the Red Room.
It's just a cop show. The boys in blue, baby.
It's like when they arrest Thanos.
It's like the NYPD. They're like in the middle of the Ukraine.
It's the Thanos copter. The Thanos copter issues. Like Thanos
happens in one of the...
They lock him up and they're like, you're going to the clinker, Thanos.
In one of the Superman movies, in the TV release of the movie, they arrest Zod and they just drive him. They're in Antarctica because they fight at the...
Can you imagine
at
just
the
being
Fortress
in the
Shelter?
cell? Zod's just like, oh,
these
man.
motherfuckers drove into the North Pole in their little police paddy wagon to go pick up 3 Kryptonians and take them back to jail.
Honey, I'll be in late.
Specifically,
I'll be in like 15.
Like that's international level shit. But they're going back to Kansas?
I think so.
No, they're going back to... I don't know where Metropolis is.
Kansas, I thought.
Kansas, I think.
Is it in Kansas?
Either
Metropolis
that
is in Kansas?
Or it's next to it.
Or
is Gotham in New York, or is there a New York City?
No, Gotham's supposed to be in New York.
So it's basically New York?
There is a Gotham, actually, in New York, to my knowledge.
Well, there's a Gotham in Texas. There's a Batman Australia.
That's just, yeah. That's
interesting.
But
there's a Batman strip club in
I think the
Australia.
strongest thing about in the movie was the family dynamic.
It's the family.
And it's just... Let's not go there.
Fucking stupid.
But I think was the family dynamic because it's something that. But see, that's what people say. I don't know why people were complaining. Like I read so many fucking articles.
It's generic.
Something about Black Widow when she died.
Because she did something fucked up.
When she died for Hawkeye, you know, they're like, that movie made it wrong. Kind of like she had a lot to live for these people and her family. So it kind of ruined the, I'm gonna die for you, Clint.
Yes, I agree with you.
I don't.
It makes the Taskmaster reveal even worse because if she felt bad for killing like an innocent person, then you could see where she would come from. But it said she didn't kill the innocent person.
I'm not saying
she ended up saving him, so she's got a clean record as a secret spy. The only thing that makes her a monster, she's missing her ovaries. That was a mistake.
No,
they fixed the joke. They fixed it in this movie when somebody's like making a joke about it and they're like, shit gets serious for a second. But in Age of Ultron, it's the worst part of that movie.
Much as everybody hates us for liking Age of Ultron,
that's the worst part of Age of Ultron.
They made Age of Ultron a little more better because
did they?
Well, because the flashbacks her flashback was at the Red Room and being like ballet and tortured and all that. So this kind of
but it was a different. Like, we didn't really get to see her in the Red Room in this movie.
No, which was kind of a letdown.
I agree.
I would have liked to see her pass
like young
training. Yeah.
That is a big disappointment.
Yeah, this movie just
there was a lot of
the family. It was a family dynamics that they wanted to throw in there. It was the sister conversation. It was a lot of conversation in this whole movie.
Fuck, what's her name? I can't remember her name.
Yelena Belanova.
No, the real girl. Dudes are going crazy for her.
Who we were talking about?
They're all like,
what was she
this
in?
was my girl. Oh, she's from Fighting with My Family. She plays.
Oh
Paige.
yeah, she's Paige. That's right.
I watched her on that because I like fucking wrestling. But dudes are going crazy for her. But no, she did a really good job, and
It's got the buckets.
It's really sad. Oh, dude, that was the stupidest thing, but it was funny because that's something that I would probably be like, dude, like this vest is dope. I could put so many things in here, and it's like. We all have jackets like that.
It explains why they Han Solo'd the jacket onto her. They explained why she has the jacket in, what is it, in Civil War?
No, it's,
Endgame.
Infinity War.
Whatever the fucking...
And then I like that they show her looking at the blonde
hair dye.
I thought she was going to die during this movie. And then the white suits are pretty dope.
Oh, that's so sick.
I guess people were saying there's a ton of ass shots for this movie.
Yes.
How many times Declan went, while we're watching it with
Dude,
my family?
It's not fair. I want
It's
her
actually,
ass.
there's a lot of scenes I'm like,
Your sister kept laughing, though.
why?
No.
Why y'all gotta be shooting it
Because
that way?
I want her ass.
But see, my thing is like... I feel
Not like in a sexual way. Like, I want to have that kind of ass. What work do I have to do to get an ass like that?
I don't know. I swear a woman
Squatting.
directed this.
Okay.
Well, because
It's just
You're
squatting
saying that just
nowadays.
because a woman directed it, there can't be a bunch of ass?
No,
maybe
no. If it
it's
was a
just
guy, it would make it way more sexist. Just like Gal
Sure.
Gadot.
Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot. She
Gadot.
got her there's a lot of fucking her skirt flipping up, seeing her Amazon underwear. I don't know what Amazons wear underneath, but that was a woman director, and I don't care. It's fine. It's whatever. But my thing is like I felt like there's quite a bit.
What Amazons actually wear underwear?
I don't
They
know.
don't wear shirts.
There's
in
an
mythology. They
old
cut their breast, one of their breasts
Yeah,
off to
I
shoot
know.
arrows better. There's all kinds of crazy stuff with that.
Yeah, it's
culture.
different. But speaking of, we're talking about Mystery Science Theater. Adrock, what's that one called? The one, like my favorite one.
No, you've lost me. You
Well,
started me with
anyways,
Adrock, and that's all I can think about now.
Anyways,
Ator.
Ator, I think, yeah. The guys like
Who sees he's got the mark.
Cam
There's a
not
Hydra
Cam,
mark.
I'm sorry. Tom Servo makes a comment when they throw the girl over the horse, and this is old times. Like, when did they make black underwear, cotton underwear? And it's true because it's like if you're back, centuries ago in that movie.
Well, in Japan, they used to have wraps.
Yeah, they would have a wrap or something like that, not little underwear like linen. And that's kind of what Wonder Woman and the Amazons have, which you catch sometimes. It's not that big of a deal, but some people nitpick at whatever. But anyways, back to the movie. Taskmaster. Mask Tasker. I love Taskmaster. He's one of my favorite characters.
He's
one of my favorite in the comics. But what bugged me about this was, of course,
a teeny tiny head.
The reveal and the fact that
body.
they did put her head on the body.
Just,
you can tell.
It would have been fine if they just put her in the
rec-
suit and we would have been like, okay, whatever. We could tell it was a dude, but at least it doesn't look awkward. When you put her head on his body,
recommend
her head's so small. I feel so
everybody
bad.
Google the stunt double that played him.
Also, that actress is apparently like people. She's hella good. Like, she's
actress?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember her.
I heard that people love her in a bunch of things, and this is like her first return to doing a big movie. She has one line the whole fucking movie.
Does she?
Yeah.
I remember her talking.
She kind of like whispers, like says thank you to Natasha.
But that's not.
But like,
Right,
she
so,
still blew her up,
hold
right?
on,
Wouldn't you
hold
still
on,
be pissed?
Hold on.
You still be pissed.
I do
right?
have some issues, at least with that part, because like, yes, you recovered her. Now she's saved. But she still remembers everything that happened.
And
you also are the
I
cause
guess
for this. And are you more human or are you more fucking cyborg at that point? Or
she's not a cyborg.
She's not a cyborg.
because she has that chip though that fucking really that helps her
it's
out.
It's not a cyborg, but I do forget about the
Also,
chip.
that's stupid.
There's a lot of things with it that I was just like,
You just give somebody a photographic memory.
the biggest thing,
or photoidentic, I don't know.
one of the biggest things that they fucked up on was Taskmaster, but also you need You need a villain. A good villain to carry the story.
Hey.
And you're having this fat ass dude be the main bad guy
who can't do a Russian accent properly.
I also like how she was
like
able
that
to
actor
manage
too.
to smack her head hard enough in that specific spot to
And
make it stop.
fucking on Screen Rant.
How do you
on
sever a
Screen
nerve
Rant-
like that? You just break your whole nose. Sure, I'll sever every
On
nose in my
Screen Rant,
book.
they're like, why didn't she just back up in the corner and shoot him? Because the pheromones
Yeah.
won't go that far. And they're like, there's special pheromones. Like,
yeah,
you know.
I know.
But
Fucking funny
that whole scene really took me out of the movie because I really didn't like that confrontation. It just got stupid where she's like, like she couldn't hit him, and I'm like,
She couldn't even pull the trigger.
And like I told Declan, again,
That's also not how pheromones.
I don't want to throw Purple Man just anywhere, but if they had a character that just
why
was
would
a
it have been
character-
Purple Man? That's
It's just because he's a
just-
pheromones
It doesn't
villain.
matter. That's just
I'd
stupid.
rather
Just
them-
don't make it pheromones. Just make it not pheromones.
Make it just
Make it like a glass wall that she can't shoot through or something. That he's got a secret see-through wall.
No, I
Well,
I think like brainwashing would have been a better,
Well, yeah,
easiest
'cause-
option. But
'cause
you
she-
get brainwashed so hard that you cannot kill him.
Yeah,
Dude, I'm gonna brainwash you so hard.
because
Because that would also make brain damage a little bit more viable. No,
Viable?
never mind. No, either way, it doesn't matter.
no, because that whole scene was all about, all the widows can't attack him. So you had to do something like pheromones or brainwashing.
I think
'cause
brainwashing
you
would've been
couldn't
so
do a
much better.
glass box, and that's how he controls all the widows. There had to be a way to control the
He
widows.
doesn't control with pheromones. Just has the mind control thing, right?
But the widows can't attack him. Any widow.
the pheromones is a stupid. That's not how
you know what?
pheromones work.
This is what I think would have been a better
read
option.
Spider-Woman. Spider-Woman does a lot of shit with her pheromones.
I'm talking about real life.
It's a comic book movie.
But you did. That's not like you. It ruins my suspension of disbelief. You tell me you smell a certain way, so I can't move my fist near you.
Well, also,
There's
all right,
no
hold on, hold on.
pheromone in the
All right.
human body that can control.
Actually,
our
no,
ability to
so
stop like
that's
that.
even more interesting. Yeah, because it's the stopping factor. It's because if it was a
We don't
pheromone that
have
made
pheromones
you
that
like,
tell us to stop.
like if it was a pheromone, I would say if it was a pheromone that made you not even have the urge or the thought.
But we don't.
But
we don't solely rely on pheromones.
She went like this, tried to like. There's like a bubble around him. That's dumb.
Yeah, we're not animals. We don't.
Well, and the-
we
What
have
probably would-
willpower.
you know
we
what?
can
What
overcome
would've
the
been a
pheromones.
what I thought was going
We're
to
all
happen in
talking
that
at
movie.
once.
I know.
Yes.
I know. What I thought was
So
going to
shut up,
happen
Bernie.
was she was going to accidentally kill him. He was going to die from some outside means because she cannot physically do it herself. So she has to go outside that means to do it.
that down.
Like, what if
I'm getting
Taskmaster
drunk right
fight, her and
You didn't even
Taskmaster
finish-
fight,
Sorry.
and then she makes Taskmaster accidentally kill the main fucking bad guy. He dies in a pathetic ass piece of shit way.
It was a waste of a villain.
But that whole scene.
So make it
was,
Purple Man.
That whole scene was a waste. There was not a moment where I was like, "All right, Black Widow's gonna die here. I know she's
Well, we
gonna
know
come
that.
running."
Well,
It's
Infinity
fucking-
War is coming up, so we knew that much. But that's my thing is, it being a prequel, they couldn't give us too much because we already know where we're going. So I was hoping that we would get like some nice little cameos that will be used later on. Like I told Declan, I would love to see Amigo Red in the jail or something, but of course we're
that's
not going to do that.
crazy.
They put Ursa in there. They
Yeah,
said
but they didn't confirm he's a mutant.
They said the
They
first
never
mutant.
confirmed he was a mutant, though.
I don't know.
They can
there's
make they
there's
can
articles out
I know.
talking about it.
They can talk all they want, but until Marvel says this character is our first mutant, he could not be a mutant. They could just make a
It's
character.
the guy
the big dude with the
Russian
breaks
guy.
his. I don't think that guy's Russian.
Ursa's Russian.
No,
I don't know. Ursa is.
He didn't have a Russian
He's
accent, I
like,
don't
get out of
think.
here, Ursa.
It-
and then
it
I'm
was
like,
more like
Declan, Ursa's the big grizzly bear.
and I was like, I don't know. I don't recall.
But they say something about Crimson Dynamo, don't they?
Yes, he was Crimson Dynamo
Yeah.
before.
It's crazy because that never happened in the comics.
I know, but they were. I don't know. It's just mentioned offhand once. I swear to God, I heard them say when I was Crimson Dynamo.
Yeah.
And
I think it was like in the plane.
No, they were in the bedroom when she didn't want to talk.
Oh yeah.
And she gets mad at him and said, well, why don't you go back with Crimson Dynamo or go back as Crimson? Like, either he was him or hanging out with him.
He thought I was going to go back and be Crimson Dynamo again.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. But,
Crimson Dynamo was the guy in the suit, right? The robot suit?
it's the Iron Man, Russian
Yeah.
Iron Man, which I don't know.
Which is
There's just so much they could have done like that. Crimson Dynamo and
Oh damn! They wasted Crimson Dynamo.
dude, I bet you he'll come out for Armor Wars.
I don't care. It's not like that crazy though.
I think Armor Wars is gonna be.
That's not like saying
amazing.
they like hand wave Doom away. It's not like they introduce Doom in this movie and then kill him immediately.
What are you doing? Why are you on your phone?
Because he cares
Put
more
your
about his
phone.
phone and Facebook and the water bottles he refuses to finish drinking.
I'll drink them all.
No.
right in front of you.
No.
Finish
you
drinking
don't.
it.
Challenge.
Finish drinking it.
No,
no.
Pokemon stuff was
Sorry.
hitting me up.
Pokemon,
with
wait.
more fake Pokemon.
This is
cards.
only like an hour long. You can't
Uh,
stop doing certain shit for an hour.
All right.
But so Taskmaster was interesting, but it wasn't Taskmaster. Not only was the girl him, she also didn't have the muscle reflexes. It was the mask that calculated all their movements. So
Looked good though.
yeah, it was cool, but I hope
No,
Tony.
I mean when he did the Spider-Man thing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then-
Actually, there's a lot of things
When they-
that
Black Panther.
when they
it's
flip
sick.
up together and they're both like.
I hope
The posing thing.
I
is
love
the
the
best
posing
joke.
thing. Was
the
a good
posing
joke.
thing is
Yeah.
because she does like in Iron Man. What she's in Iron Man 2, right? That's when
Mhm.
her action scene is. She's in that pose too. They just keep using
And
that
then I
same
like
pose.
when she lands down and poses, and
Mhm,
she's like,
nope.
But yeah. So hopefully we do get a Tony Masters. I was really hoping they're gonna remove the girl's outfit. Granted, like have clothes on or whatever, but maybe we're gonna get a Taskmaster eventually or something. Because we've done that before. We're getting a new
Well,
Mandarin.
maybe
that
they're
British
going
guy.
to be doing that later on.
Where is Tony Masters from?
Tony
Sorry, I didn't mean to
Masters?
yawn into the mic. Where is he from? I think he's from Brooklyn or some shit like that.
Is he?
Yeah.
I can't.
Is that a mechanical suit, or is that just
No,
a
it's
suit?
like an armor.
Yeah, I think it's armor,
It's too
but
thin to be mechanical.
Would it be an armor?
I
Wars?
made her a perfect weapon.
Not that kind of armor.
And then the only thing that kind of bugs me is like when the thing explodes at the end, it's very all careless. Like the chick that's supposed to be Madame Mask, the
Yeah,
mom
they have
or
no
whatever,
fucking clue what's under them. It just drops.
she just is like, I blew it up, guys, and they're like, okay. And then the other girl's like, cool way to die, and she blows up the bad guy's place, and then she just flies back and she's okay, and like they all fly down and they're all okay.
You know what? It sounds like this movie has no stakes.
What?
It sounds like this movie has no stakes.
Actually, there was a moment I was watching my brother going, "They've been falling for a while."
Well, on top of it too is when when Yelena comes and drops that little bomb, and it's like all the widows are saved in one shot. It was just kind of like,
is that how that works?
but it's like,
I love how convenient cures work in movies. It's not just this movie.
Well, hold on.
In any
Like,
movie,
hold
They're
on.
like you could just make an
Why
airborne
did she have to
cure.
use all of them?
I don't know.
She could have just used one if they're within that proximity, or at least like 4
I
or
don't
5.
know. It doesn't make any sense.
Because
My
like, is
question-
it like one per
'Cause
person?
they don't tell us what they don't tell us who really made it. We just see that girl who supposedly made it. It was a widow.
Yeah.
We know nothing about this cure. It shows up at the beginning of the movie. Taskmaster kills her over
I
it,
feel
and then
like-
it shows up at the end of the movie.
I feel like
It
10 minutes.
doesn't matter.
10 minutes before that, I'm like, wonder how they're gonna cure all of them, and be like, actually,
Actually, I'll strap these to a flashbang as
it'd
if the
be whole-
magnesium isn't gonna
very
fucking burn that
easy,
shit up.
barely an inconvenience.
But wouldn't-
inconvenience.
Wouldn't that produce enough heat to kind of like?
Cook it? Yes.
So then all the widows, like
It's
it was,
magnesium. That's how
it wasn't like
magnesium works.
it wasn't like
I
half,
think it's magnesium.
like
right?
half
It's a
the
flashbang.
Yeah,
It's just
and unless the
burning
unless
magnesium.
unless the cure doesn't burn.
It's airborne, so like
yeah, exactly.
I don't.
It wasn't
get it.
like half the widows died. It's like they all lived.
They
when
weren't a
fell.
grenade.
huh?
They didn't.
No, when they
Oh,
fell,
yeah, I don't know.
because at the end, like everyone lands, everyone's okay, and then the widows.
This movie really falls. No, looking back, this movie really falls apart at the end.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is like
Well,
the final act is really because dude, she
the
smashes her head
sister-
on a fucking table.
Well, also
to
the
take the dude down.
sister
Like, that-
takes out the helicopter that kills the head dude.
and she flies backwards, so she doesn't die. But it's like she.
Well,
would
also, but
normally die.
she. So you
That's
can't,
also not how a grenade works.
you can kill him by
She's dead.
doing an explosion by him.
didn't have to be on top.
Yeah, you could just do it like around him.
Yeah,
it
or
was
like,
just-
but that's the
or
thing.
just throw the
like,
grenade.
Yeah.
Like I said, the movie's fine. It's just the third act just gets really jumbled. Like I said, once she smacked her
I like
head
the
on the
weird-
fucking table, I was like,
I like the weird Russian helicarrier though. It looks like it's all industrial and kind of
Yeah.
shitty.
it was weird.
Yeah,
it was weird.
kinda-
There's a lot going on in that.
But then
building.
like the building's hella nice on the
well, hold
inside.
on. It's funny because they
building's
saved all the widows, but there's like 14 widows, right? There's like a
Is
small
that enough
amount.
to take over the world?
But why?
Or does he
the
have him-
Fuck
are there
is
some that are
building that thing's so huge?
I think on one of the screen rant things, they said, why did they switch faces when she could have just told Black Widow how
Yeah.
to open up the doors?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really stupid.
No, but they just
But,
wanted to make it more personal immediately,
For her to
She's the
talk
main
to
But-
him
character.
because she wants to know. Yeah,
But why do you need something so big in the sky for like 16 people?
I don't
Unless
know.
just the amount of
knows?
power needed.
No, because he's got
Super-
he's got the task force, which are a bunch of the normal soldier dudes.
Oh yeah, he does Taskmasters.
But he says he has
But what's
widows
the-
planted around the world, right?
To
He
my
actually
knowledge.
knows-
Does
she
that mean
does,
those are
that's-
still brainwashed?
Yeah, that's what.
Because I think at the end they say they're gonna go look for more
Yeah.
widows.
Yeah, look for the
So-
widows.
So
So
they-
we gotta
they
collect
had
all the widows.
they have the cure now. They still have the cure.
Are they in? Are they in Endgame?
Because I thought they used all the. I mean, unless she didn't use all of them.
Are they in Endgame?
Don't they save it and give it to the mom?
Maybe.
And they say make sure we make like
Yeah, I believe
More
so.
of this,
Okay,
more
and
of
don't
this.
give it to your.
Oh no,
pigs?
she found a vial on the ground in the
Uh,
office after all the other ones blew up.
That's
And that was weird for
That's
me.
awfully convenient.
I know, right?
Hey,
Super-
hey,
super
John
barely
Walker found
inconvenience.
one. John Walker found one soldier.
Yeah, but he-
Right.
Zemo's destroying them, right?
Yeah, but still.
It's not like Zemo threw a grenade at them.
But it was kind of weird. Black Widow was like, "You guys go without me." And it's like, "Bitch, you're still on the run. Why don't you just go with them for right now?" But they had to do it for the movie. But then it's like, did General Ross catch her or what? I guess not, because the next scene she's like getting her Quinjet or whatever. But she's just standing there. They don't show.
Here's what you give me. You give me a little bit of time or whatever.
Oh,
That guy that shows in the movie twice, 3 times maybe.
yeah. Then we get to the after credits where Yelena's. I thought it was cool that
Contessa Valentina
she's visiting.
Allegra de Fontaine. Did I say it right?
I don't know. I'll give it to you.
Contessa Allegra.
And she blows her nose like an asshole while she's like mourning.
She's so good.
Yes.
And then they're like,
She got a huge nose. Who said that again?
that was
Donnie?
Donnie's
feel like-
homie.
Donnie. Oh yeah. Oh.
They're trying
Yeah,
to
that's
they're,
right.
they're trying to say you got to kill Hawkeye now. So
I don't. All right. Whatever.
are we getting Thunderbolts or Masters?
Nobody knows what happened on that planet, so I'll cut him some slack.
One planet. What are you talking about?
Well, nobody other than Hawkeye can confirm
That's true. Yeah, I
how
know.
she died.
Yeah.
So you'd be pretty mad if I went on a trip with your brother and came back and he was dead, right?
I'm actually
I don't know. It depends who went with my brother.
Me.
Yeah, but you're not Hawkeye level.
What if I was?
If you
What
were,
if I murdered your brother, basically, and then came back, and I told you I didn't murder him? Your only assumption,
He didn't really murder.
you don't know.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
You'll never know.
I'm just saying, but you also got to take into effect of who you're talking to when it deals with this
I
situation.
know, but they'll never know. You can't prove it to them
I hate
unless
that
somebody
phrase.
reads their
You know,
mind.
I hate
Never
that
know.
phrase. Yeah, you'll
They'll
never
never
know. They'll never
They'll never
know.
know. They're gonna know.
They're gonna know. It's
They'll
fucking
never
stupid.
They'll never know.
You got a big ass boner. That's what they know. All
my,
right.
I'm done talking about this.
Yeah,
movie.
dude, we've been talking about this thing for too long, dude. Like we legitimately, there's
we're
no
talking
reason.
about a full 2.5 hour movie.
Yeah, but
so.
It didn't feel like a full 2.5 hour movie.
the
It
movie
felt
felt
like,
long. There was little
felt
moments
like-
that dragged.
Yeah, it felt like
but it wasn't again.
an hour and a half movie.
Again,
with
it was
an
the
hour of
third
fluff.
act that
Oh,
dragged
hold
for
on.
me. And
What
that's supposed
about
to be nothing but action.
somehow getting the helicopter shot? Millions, millions.
Wow, we just really turned on this movie, didn't we? This
like
podcast.
down-
Me and Ernie walked
down
away the
there.
other night. We were like, "This movie was pretty good."
I didn't
we
like
turned
it.
on
I
it.
really didn't like it. There's a lot of things.
I think
like,
it's good.
There's a
but
lot
it's
of
not-
things that
it's
it's
good, not great.
entertaining. It was entertaining. Was it worth?
But I don't want to watch it again.
No,
It's
exactly.
not the worst one.
No, it's not the worst one. But
No,
it's,
people
it's,
are putting up high. I've been watching people
What?
on TikTok.
Like,
their
It's
lists.
just Winter Soldier, but way worse.
some of the shots.
You can't even compare.
Some of
to
the
Winter Soldier.
transitions.
Yeah,
with
I
the shots.
did. I
weren't
just said it's
great.
like Winter Soldier, but way worse.
With some of the fights, they were like they changed camera styles where it looked like it was more flowing with the fight. Then they had like static shit. It was weird at times. Personally, for me on the fights, it would have been better shot. It would have been a little more
The
entertaining.
fights
That.
I was more looking forward to. We didn't get that many.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it's like
It-
Shang-Chi.
But that's
if I go into
lot of talking in
Shang-Chi
this movie.
and we don't get way more fights in this, I'd be disappointed. Because Black Widow's a good fighter, and that's what I was looking forward to. But
I don't like dramas. I mean, I like dramas, but it's just wasn't expecting a drama.
it wasn't very
spy drama.
suspenseful or anything. It was just straight up. You knew what we were getting,
Yeah.
and watching through all of it.
Straight up.
Straight up.
All
Loki,
right.
Loki. Holy shit, we got Kang.
Hold on.
Or
Whoa, what
First
the
off,
fuck?
what I do want to say, I mean, I don't care if he says it out loud. I mean, whatever.
it's not King, it's the one.
Can we talk about the more important
But
thing about
dude,
the Marvel
the intro,
Universe? Greta Thunberg.
intro was
the
amazing.
intro was fucking incredible.
I've watched
dude.
hella Easter eggs where they break
All right,
down
so
everything.
Greta
I actually-
Thunberg is canonically exists in the Marvel Universe. That's the greatest cameo in all of
Who?
Marvel. That's the chick.
Who?
That's the
Oh,
Swedish
Greta
girl.
Yeah, okay.
That of course you wouldn't know about
wait,
this.
how do you not know about her?
Because he's an
Oh,
idiot.
Greta. You're talking about the
No, I'm talking about the other
global
Greta,
warming.
other famous Greta.
But that intro, I was at the gym and I was just like, I was on the stairmaster. Like, all right, this is pretty cool. Oh,
Dance-
yeah, I mean, this is fucking cool.
Dance off,
What
bro.
the fuck? Holy shit! That transition into that, I was like, God,
showing
damn,
all
dude.
the timeline, but
That
it had
is
everybody in
fucking pretty. It was pretty cool. That intro was pretty cool.
This, I told everybody probably by
Oh,
season
Korg is quoted. Korg is quoted.
episode. Yeah, he is.
That's so funny that they chose Korg as one of the main characters. He's like before
Yeah.
like a bunch of other
Loki
relatives.
has 3 lines in it. They said, but by episode 2 to Loki, I was like, I think I'm gonna like this better than everything. And at the end of the 6 seasons, now there's rumors that it was
Another
supposed to
season?
be 12 seasons,
Yeah, or
12
12
episodes,
episodes.
but COVID happened, and either they changed it, if this is true,
To 2 seasons.
or it's just bullshit. No, they changed it to 6 episodes, and that's it.
They could have also
rewrote
just
it.
split the 2 seasons up, right?
It doesn't
coming out with
like people
season
were
2.
saying it doesn't feel right. The way it ends seems like a finale. It doesn't seem like.
Okay.
But if season 2 comes out with just 6 episodes, maybe. I was bummed out it was 6 episodes because how good it was, but it worked. Nothing felt rushed. Even the episodes that kind of felt filler, they were pretty good, pretty done well. But it's by far my favorite Plus show. Like, it's Tom Hiddleston, dude.
That's a lie. You mean your favorite Disney Plus Marvel show?
Yes, sorry.
What's your favorite Disney Plus show?
What's your favorite Disney Plus show?
I don't have one.
Yes, you do.
Oh, Mandalorian.
You guys are morons.
Well, dude, I'm not even
thinking
thinking
of
about
Marvel,
Mandalorian.
dude.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Well, no, I'm just thinking about what I currently watch on Disney Plus at the moment.
It's I don't know.
That's the best thing they've made on there.
Mandalorian and Loki are from here close. Dude.
No, what the fuck?
Okay, guys.
No.
Loki just changed the
It's
whole
different.
fucking Marvel
Sure,
universe.
its impact
yeah, but
is
we knew that was
irrelevant
gonna happen.
to the
No,
quality.
we didn't.
The impact is irrelevant
You
to the
didn't.
quality.
You did not think that due to the lineup how these movies are,
I
that
did not
Loki
think
wasn't going to sit there and fuck with the
I
timeline
thought-
when they already bring that up multiple
I
times throughout
thought
the whole
Loki
season.
was going to have just as impact as WandaVision did and just as Captain America did. Or Cap Falcon did.
No,
I did not think
It's-
Kang was going to show
Sure,
up.
its importance is irrelevant to its quality. Things can be important and bad, right? That show is made way better than Loki is. Loki's good. Loki's definitely top of the Marvel.
Let's not even get into the argument of this. Let's just
because you're
talk-
wrong.
No, let's just talk.
no, because it's such a fine line that he can't.
No, it's because
guarantee you-
we need to get.
I
on
guarantee if you asked anybody, like most people that have seen all the shows at Disney
Yeah,
Plus,
aggressive
they would
people
all
is
say
dude,
that.
dude, people have hard-ons for Tom Hiddleston.
I don't
especially
care.
girls.
Dude, he's ripped. I mean,
He's fluid.
he's cool.
Yeah, Tom Hiddleston. It
I mean,
was.
he's no Chris Hemsworth, but
I did not mind that
He-
there was
he was
like a
Doctor
shit
Who-ish.
ton of talking, like through that. Like it
Fucking
was just like it
people-
was
he's
just
very good.
I saw
the guy who
so
plays
many-
He Who
Oh
Remains
my
is
Lord.
fantastic.
people complained a lot about how Kang's performance annoyed them.
What?
But-
He's such a. I
but
want
it's-
to punch him in the
again-
face, but
again,
he's
but
right.
It would
Again,
also make
ag-
sense if you lived that long
Again-
that you would probably act the
Again.
arrogant, complete prick that you are. Because
You also you were the only person out of a billion, almost infinite amount of people that
Again,
discovered
though,
alternate realities
this-
to win.
yeah,
Right?
this
You would be
is
cocky.
on internet forums and stuff. Now,
So it's
when
a-
I see people,
The sewer of the internet.
yes, when I see people make videos talking about Easter eggs and stuff, they like professionals, nothing but love.
Professionals.
Well, professional like
These are not professionals.
critics.
I think the term professional is used way too much. I don't
Well,
think.
it's if it's a YouTube channel, they're making
YouTube
money.
critic?
No, they're not.
Yeah,
professional.
they're making money. No, they're
In my mind, I don't
give
see them as
credit.
professionals. Professionals
If
like
they're
a
getting
hit-
paid for what they're doing.
Hear me out. Professionals like a hitman or
A hooker.
an NFL player or any sports player, or even any video game player who's like playing at a pro level, because you're professional. You're doing something at a professional level. You're competing.
I don't think that's the definition of professional.
I didn't say it was the definition of professional.
That's what you're using it as.
I said I see it as that because I don't think you can just willy-nilly apply I'm a professional sandwich maker. I'm a professional warehouse manager. I'm a professional comic book store owner.
his story was really interesting.
It was.
About how
Thank
you know
you.
how
Elias.
how they go
Thank
through
you
all
for bringing it
the
all back.
fighting. I like how the moving around and shit. That's pretty cool.
The little fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish they just just showed us a flashback.
I was.
They should have just
What
shown
I was
us what
hoping
it
was
looks
like it was gonna play, then it was gonna go into it.
What,
You know, like
I said, what the coolest thing was like
makes sense.
the whole
That's a lot of money.
Wizard of Oz vibe, where they go through the door and Mrs. Time comes and it's basically like he's gonna cut a deal with you, and you're like, the fuck?
Get out of here, you stupid piss off ghost.
Terror strong. It was just really weird, and then the doors open, and you're like,
oh, it's a dude eating an apple.
that's King. Like,
But like I
Like,
said,
for
not
me-
everybody knows that's Kane.
for me, it was like a payoff, like with Mephisto. We knew we weren't getting it, so I was like, we're not gonna get King. They're just fucking with us.
We didn't get Kane.
It's a version of King.
Yes, but it's not.
It's not Kane.
Yeah.
So King might be a lot different. Well, again, there's no King. There's Immortus. There's Ramatut.
Ramatut.
There's a million different. There's King the Conqueror. This guy seems to know about all these different ones.
Yes.
I like how he's like, yes, I used to be called a conqueror.
I'm called many things.
A jerk.
Yeah.
But
That's what your bitch. That's what your
he's-
bitch. He's gonna say. I've been called a lot of things: a conqueror, a store owner, a podcast runner, and a jerk.
Yeah. What a bunch of a-holes. But no, he was like very like they said, someone said it somewhere where he seems like a guy that knew the world was gonna end, just didn't give a fuck. He just was like, yeah, see, it's like this, and
Well, I mean,
but I think it's also a setup. I think he wanted that because he's like reincarnation,
Reincarnation.
and then they're all like, we're not, and that was, and I think he wanted them to fight with each other because,
well, he knew that was all going to happen, right?
up to a point. Not that happened. The fight happened after that, but people think, and they've lined it up in videos where he's like, "Oh, that's the farthest I can go," and that's kind of cool because I do kind of believe that he didn't know. It's up to them to determine or whatever. But people think that's when Wanda started to go through the multiverses and stuff like that. So how else can she go through them if they're not existing? So now they're existing, so she's starting to go through it or whatever. But yeah, I thought dude was brilliant. The whole Apple thing's really odd. The Apple thing, people bring in a lot of stuff with that.
What do you mean?
Why?
He's eating an apple.
Yeah, but people connect it to
Ryuk eats apples.
Was it Newton that got hit in the head with the apple about wisdom and knowledge?
Yeah.
People connected it to
He knows gravity.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve,
Yeah.
the forbidden fruit. And then also Doctor Strange experiment on the apple about time. How he could time can two different times could exist at once. He made the apple go away and then the apple be there at the same time.
Are you telling me that the apple is important, or are you just saying, ooh, what a cute reference?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
I really highly doubt the apple and an apple will end up being important.
They might have threw it in there just
Well, I think
to represent
throwing
I think
it
it's
in
a-
here is
a little
different
bit
than
of a-
if they use it in Doctor Strange. Because it would be like, oh, Newton didn't know that? Well,
Yeah.
he did.
But
made
the
him
guy's
know
just
that.
eating an apple, right? If you're a cocky piece of shit,
But
and you're
why-
just,
but why-
hear me out. If you're a cocky piece of shit, you're
Because
just snacking on something.
Newton came up with his laws because of an apple. That's why. Like, I mean, I feel like it's more
it
like
might be
of
a little nudge of like smart, like
Wink, wink.
like,
this
nudge,
guy's
nudge.
smart.
yeah, like
Look how smart this dude is.
because he was
like look at
smart.
me, like I'm
No.
coming up on an apple on this dope ass couch, dressed the way I am.
And I didn't see
So I'm saying cocky.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of examples of cocky assholes eating apples.
that this dude is beyond cocky,
And I like
this is
he
the
moves
cockiest of cock.
He moves like how they do the fast forward button
Yeah.
and stuff, so they could never like really touch
no,
him.
and he says it's all pre-programmed, so he already typed it in.
Yeah,
So even if she technically hadn't swung the sword at him, he still would have teleported it,
yeah.
which is kind of crazy.
But I didn't see fruit baskets and food anywhere, so it just was odd to me that was just an apple.
And then they cut back to the TVA because Mobius has to go back and do his fucking part of the
that-
job.
Mobius just fucking gets
That-
too popped.
Yeah, he gets butt whooped.
Just get fucking gone
I mean,
by that.
that
But it makes
scene
sense.
when B-15 or whatever is running around the school, that proves to me those assholes need guns because they see her in the hallway and they're like, "Let's get her," and they start just walking towards her. She's like a good 15
To
feet
me,
away.
a
It's like,
good-
come
it's
on.
very Wizard of Oz. It makes me think of
No, it's stupid. It doesn't make any logical
doesn't-
sense. Why wouldn't you
no.
make guns?
doesn't
for
the
your
Wicked
people?
Witch have like her guys? But do they have
Monkeys?
guns?
No.
No, the what do they have?
You have never seen
Swords?
the Wizard of Oz. You mean the fucking the little people?
The guards.
No.
No,
the
the guards.
guards
You
that
said the
they know-
Wicked Witch of the West.
The Wicked Witch, the green chick.
No,
She has
no,
she
she
has
has-
guards in front of the castle.
Maybe they
It's just
do.
I don't know.
I'll bet you guys money.
I don't care.
I don't care.
What about her?
I don't care.
I don't care about your.
fuck about Wizard
Hey,
of
they
Oz.
kissed.
No, I don't care about you. Yeah, that's kind of hot.
Yeah.
No,
that's
it's not.
That's that stepbrother porn right there.
Is
You-
it?
So if you had a female version of yourself,
I think we've gone here.
No,
really?
I couldn't guarantee that female version would
Well,
be.
because if it looked like me, no.
No.
But it's a what? Why would the female version look like you?
I don't know. But I'm just saying, if it looked
You
like
got to
me,
get one of those apps that
But you
changes.
you're
it's,
not-
it's god awful.
Is it really?
Yes.
Hold on. I'm gonna
Oh
stop
my
what I'm
God,
doing
guys,
here
get
for
off your
this.
phones.
But anyways, while he's doing
I'll do
that,
it more like
oh
this.
whatever. Oh,
Oh wait, we could put it at the end of the podcast.
my thing is, it just was very well wrapped up, but then it wasn't because you're like, okay. And
I
then,
like how fucked they made everything. Like it was not like a little bit of a fucked. It started off as a little bit of a you guys
and
are fucking
how
up.
did she make the doorway?
She had his device.
Oh, okay. I think that's right.
Yeah, she grabbed it off the table.
Is Mobius ain't with them because he tells them
also,
bye.
no,
in the last
Mobius also
episode.
doesn't know who the fuck Loki is.
That's at the end of the episode. We have
Well-
no idea what that's
well,
really about.
yes.
well, but also we see a statue of what that's Kang,
Kang.
right?
Well,
Yeah.
like I told
But it
everybody,
also
it was very Planet of the Apes, where like
Very.
you show up and you're like, oh my god, I'm too late, and the world
They
changed.
did it. Those. What does he say? Those sons of bitches. They did it. They blew it. They blew it all to hell.
In Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, when he's on the beach and he's yelling.
So
at
when
the-
says,
did
"Damn
when
you.
did
Oh damn you all the hell! You're
Damn
right.
you!
You're right.
Huh?
so does that mean we got different dimensions of the TVA?
I don't know.
I love it.
I think
Because-
we do. I think
Which
this is the problem
but
with this.
but
yes,
But-
that means the TVA obeys the laws of time,
yeah,
The-
which makes no
the-
sense
the-
because the TVA is proven to not obey the laws of time.
but
the
then
problem
what-
with all this
and
is
the-
anything
and does that
can
mean-
happen
that would also
now.
make sense. That would also make sense why they would have a lot of like you said Mobius. There's like a shit ton of him that are all the same.
right.
Yes.
That's
Like
I mean,
Thor: Love and
makes
Thunder.
sense.
Can we talk about-
Love and Thunder? What if Jane Foster's just a variant of Thor?
She won't be.
How do we know?
I'm pretty sure she won't.
How do we know?
How do we know?
Because
Since Talmon's fucked now.
The guy,
because that
the guy,
movie is not confirmed to have anything to do with the multiverse.
everything's gonna be.
I don't
everything's
know.
gonna
I don't think
connect
you
to
could
it.
say everything. Sure, everything might connect to it. I don't think everything's going to be
Everything.
about it. They're already going to be in
I-
space.
I
They don't
think
need to
they're
put the
setting up
multiverse.
everything. Because the whole time we're like, how's Spider-Man gonna get other Spider-Mans there? Is he gonna da da da?
I think we all knew this was going to open up to the
Yeah.
multiverse. We all knew that this was going to do that.
No, I thought Scarlet Witch was already opening it, but just
Yeah,
didn't.
Yeah, but
We
once
knew it was
once
coming.
Once Scarlet Witch didn't open it up, we go okay. What other? I knew Loki was going to open up the multiverse.
No, I thought Loki was just gonna end. Like I really thought Loki was gonna end with him and his girl running the TVA. I thought, okay, this is what they're gonna do. Kang will come back in a future story because are they gonna
You
carry?
thought they were going to go that easy way of an out?
yeah,
Fuck.
to end the season. Yeah, I thought they would have, and they'd have their own adventure, whatever.
And then halfway through the season, when they confirmed a second season, what'd you think?
well, I thought it'd be. At that point, I thought it was gonna be them two ruling it and trying to get things back to normal. But Kang, I was like, there's no way he's gonna just keep coming back. But now it looks like Kang could just appear along all these movies. And now Loki's confirmed in the Multiverse of Madness now.
Sure.
So it's like
The
he wasn't
movie that's
supposed to.
about the multiverse.
That's where we get the second season. It's
Well,
gonna be tie in with stuff like
It's-
that.
But the thing is, Loki's gonna come out season 2 before Quantumania, I believe. So that's more Kang and more.
so I mean, we'll see.
I just don't think Ant-Man and Wasp is big enough to have Kang the Conqueror. I told everybody the other day, I think it all ends with Fantastic Four beating Kang. He's Nathaniel Richards. And the guy that plays Jar Jar Binks wants
Is
to be
he
Mr.
Nathaniel
Fan.
Richard?
I think they're going to stick to that to enter Sandman, to enter the Fantastic Four. The guy that played Jar Jar Binks wants to be Reed Richards now because he said King is black, so I could be black. And I'm just like, or I could be black. Reed Richards could be black. And I'm like, I'd rather a better actor. No offense, Jar Jar. Misa don't want that. But the other thing is, Kang is whatever. He's blue and purple at
No,
times.
I need
the
sexy. I need sexy white stripe,
The only
brown beard.
African American Reed I'd want would be probably like Denzel or some shit.
No,
No?
no,
Idris Elba?
no.
No,
He's already in the movies, and I just
They don't he's Hemedell.
They don't look like they at least.
Yeah, because they're white. They're black. And
No, they just don't have the build for it. You don't expect Mr. Fantastic to be somebody who's like
built.
either buff or more compact or someone who's normal. It's Miles Teller was a weird, skinny, tall
Dave
dude.
Chappelle. So Dave Chappelle into
God damn.
that.
But what about John? You don't like John Krasinski? You never.
Oh yeah, I love that.
That's
But
just not-
I'm just talking about the fact that the guy said that he's part of Nathaniel Richards starts it.
Yeah, but
so
like
he could be Reed. but-
him being, he's from the 31st millennium. You know how likely it would for
How much
that would have to be. I mean, Sue Storm would probably be African American, and every single person in that lineage would be African American. For Kang to also be African American.
we got a black Human Torch.
Didn't they also say
That's
that?
what I'm saying though. Is that there's no way to guarantee that
that
over
the-
1,000 years that there's no like nobody has nobody in that family has an interracial couple. There's like no guarantee that that's ever gonna happen. So like in the 31st century, Nathaniel Richards being black and Reed being white is a perfectly logical conclusion because at any point one of the Richards could have married.
I don't mind Reed Richards. Color doesn't whatever he is doesn't bug me. It's more about the actor. So
Sure.
if they had a good African American actor that can play him correctly, but like you said, John Krasinski Krasinski has
But
it
it's like-
written all over him. And I'm a huge Office fan.
My whole thing
but
is I never had an issue with the race change with Kang, right? Because he could
he's
be
a fucking
anything,
blue dude,
right?
yeah.
He could be literally
It's like casting
anything.
Yondu. You could do
It
them
just-
whatever.
Yeah.
It irritates me sometimes when
Racist.
okay, sure, whatever. When they change the race, 'cause
Nowadays,
it's like why not?
everything
Yeah.
is
Like why not
racist.
just
You
give us
can't say
fucking?
anything.
Why not just give us fucking brother voodoo, right? Why not just give us African American or African American dark complexion characters, minority characters? Why not just give us more of those characters? They're already giving us like Kamala Khan or whatever,
Mhm.
right? Just give us those characters.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want.
We're getting
I-
her, but yeah.
It
China
feels.
doesn't like it.
It literally, in my opinion, it has always felt like
it's
sloppy
the-
seconds.
It's like the whole woke movement.
It feels like sloppy seconds. You're not giving those people enough to just make a character for them. You know, you have to give them
I would-
another character.
Denzel
Someone's
can't.
sloppy
Denzel
seconds,
can't
right?
get in shape, but I think Denzel has the face for Blue Marvel. But that's just me.
I
Blue
don't
Marvel's like one of the strongest Marvel heroes ever.
Sure.
But yeah. So I don't know. It's crazy because now everything's in the air. Anything
Yeah.
can happen right now. X-Men can happen. Which
You
I
know how
don't
many
think-
times you have said that about these shows?
I know.
Anything can happen. Crazy stuff has happened. One
But
crazy thing
well,
happened.
okay. I'm sorry. The end of this episode looked like spaghetti, all mixed up, multiverse.
It looked like a
Can,
galaxy.
Can I say something though?
Of course, that's why you have a mic
Can
in
I
front of
say
your
the
face.
one thing that ruins this whole season?
What?
There's no jet ski.
Yeah. And no, wow. No, but I
No, I don't care about the wow. The jet
I-
ski, they set it up. If it's not in season 2, we burn down Marvel, right?
Well, I don't know what Mobius we have because this Mobius doesn't know him.
No,
Doesn't
we're
matter.
gonna go back to the other Mobius.
I was so mad at that ending. I will not lie to you.
That you were like, now they're not friends anymore.
It hurt. And then seeing the Kang
Get
statue,
over it.
it was just
It was very Planet of the Apes.
and Loki's just like stuck. And
It's
just,
Twilight Zone.
Yeah, and then I'm like, well, hopefully we get a good end credit
Sit
scene
down,
to set it up, and it's like Loki season 2. I'm like, fuck you! Like that's all you're gonna give me?
Yes.
I was like, I already know that. We all know that. They announced it like a month ago. But yeah, I wanted a little something, little thing dangled in front of me of something gonna happen with Loki or the
Nope.
future.
No, you
Or
don't get
villain sitting in a throne or some shit.
You
We
don't
already
get
had a
that.
villain sitting in the throne.
Whatever.
I did like how his chair was like absurdly higher than the fucking desk when he went back behind that.
No,
thing.
he teleported and sat on the back of the chair.
on the back of the chair.
Like his butt was up here.
Oh,
on the
okay.
chair.
He was very
Cocky.
like I said, he was flamboyant too, kind of. I'm trying to put
He was
my
childish.
He's
Yes.
eccentric.
He's
Yeah.
all those things. I'm trying to think of who like a villain he plays very well off of, where he's just
Kang?
yeah, but I'm talking about like something I've seen already where they're like, yeah, they're just very much like I don't,
Christoph Waltz.
kind of,
He's a weirdly charismatic Nazi, right?
kind of,
He's like
kind of like Christoph
Christoph
Waltz,
Waltz.
his final scene where he's like bingo, like
That's
that,
a bingo.
like that whole
Bingo.
yeah.
It's
just bingo.
Bingo.
What's that from?
That's from Inglourious
Glorious
Bastards.
Bastards. That's what we're talking
Oh,
about.
okay, yeah, yeah.
He goes
yeah.
at the end. He's like,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
making a deal. And he goes, "That's Sapingo.
But that whole like scene, he's very more like different.
He's
His
all
vibe.
happy about it, and he's like, I tricked you guys. I'm gonna get off scot free. And then the end of the movie, they end up carving the swastika into his head.
I think it's the best one yet. But
I want you guys to get me 100 Nancy scalps.
That vibe is what I was getting from him, and I loved it. And I know that the thing is, much as I love it, the next version of Kang or whoever it is, he may not play it the same way.
Oh, he's probably gonna be like the hardcore. Well, probably. Maybe, I don't know.
Is Kang a murderer?
Because second season, guess what? We can have multiple different.
Is Kang a murderer, or is he just a tyrant?
You can have different
He's a
people.
conqueror. I don't know.
Like, is he?
This one seemed like the best one. They said because he balanced it.
All right. Is Kang? Hear me out. Is Kang a bad person? There's no reason to believe this guy. There could be a good Kang out there, right?
It
could be a
the
nice
matter
Kang.
of your own opinion of what's
But
good,
there could be
I
a
think.
nice Kang out there.
Well,
There's
see, this
infinite
is,
amounts of Kangs.
So what's going to
Kangs,
happen
right?
is the Council of Kangs are going to come together.
And then the Council Reeds are going to come
and
together?
the Council Reeds have to come together, I believe. But I think who's ultimately going to stop them and is going to launch the next thing would be Doctor Doom. And I was reading it today, there's rumors that Doctor Doom is going to appear in the Wakanda movie. Because Namor's going to be in it about a ruler, and then this motherfucker's going to be like, who rules? Doom rules type
Girls
of thing.
around the world?
Yeah. Beyonce will show up as Doom. Yes.
Who runs where?
Gosh, I wish Christopher Waltz was a little bit bigger. Christoph Waltz was taller. I would love him as Doom.
Who?
Love him.
The Nazi from Glorious Bastards.
Oh, okay.
You seen Django?
Yeah.
He's the dentist from Django.
Dr. Waltz.
What cake?
I'm still surprised that you didn't think that this was going to end the way it was going to end.
Dude, the last
How
episode.
could this happened to me?
You really thought they were going to take it?
Dang it.
It was tough. Loki.
Like, we haven't seen any change. We've seen some
Loki
change
was
from the female.
Loki was crying to her.
Or from
and
Sylvie.
telling her, I care. I don't want to roll. I just care about you. And it was very heartbreaking. And it was like, maybe she'll buckle. And it might be part of Kang's plan for them to roll, maybe. So he could leave and break off, but that's going to open up the other Kings. I don't know. So at that moment, I thought...
What happens to Eliath at this point?
I don't know. People were saying, like, he's one of the most powerful things. I'm like, no fucking way, because they literally grabbed his tail and they fucking manipulated him. I mean, granted, it's Loki.
He's probably pretty strong considering he wiped out every other universe.
I'll get Surtur.
I'll just call up Galactus.
Yeah.
I heard you coming. Could you stop by a couple days earlier? You know, fuck this.
And then
weird
I
ghost dog.
also wonder. A lot of people are saying maybe this is why the Eternals are going to show up. They're like, why didn't he show up during Thanos? Now they're like,
do they have something to do with the timelines?
Well, they created the main timeline with the Celestials.
Did they?
Yeah, they created the Eternals and the Deviants, right? Was Deviants?
The Eternals did. The Celestials created them.
The Eternals, though, created humans and all that stuff.
Yeah, but we don't know when the timeline started. We don't the timeline.
The problem is if what they create.
Okay, so there is no timeline for the Marvel universe at this point because there were a bunch of timelines.
The problem is if they're because they know they clearly know about the Avengers because they make that joke where they're like, who's gonna lead the Avengers now? Because they know what happened. So I think at this point, do they know?
I'm not looking forward to that movie.
Who knows? It might be a sleeper. It's got really good actors in it. I mean, it's got fucking Black Knight in it.
Doesn't matter. It looks.
What movie?
Eternals.
Oh, I don't know if I watched that shit. Probably a while ago. I don't know.
It looks like a nothing.
The trailer looked like an antidepressant commercial where it's like
it was just nothing.
Lexapro. You could feel better. It just showed sunlight and stuff.
They used a really good song.
Salma Hayek's in it. Angelina Jolie's in it, but they're all related to Thanos.
Yeah, but how is that related to the timeline? Why would they know anything about the timeline?
Because if the timeline they created is messing up,
they didn't create the timeline because they were created by the Celestials. They are a living, breathing creature like the rest of us. They are not immortal. They may be indefinitely.
But they created the humans.
Sure, that doesn't make them.
That doesn't make them.
In the beginning of time, they created the Deviants and the Eternals.
In the original Marvel universe, right? There's the one above all. Who probably inevitably made the Living Tribunal Eternity.
Living Tribunal's head showed up, though.
I know. I'm just saying. A statue, not its head. Could have been a statue.
Could have been a statue. I'll give you that.
But the one above all would create, the even before the Celestials, I guarantee would have created Eternity, created Lord Order, Master
Before
Chaos.
the Celestials, though?
Because they are beyond the Celestials. The Celestials are just essentially a immortal race.
Because doesn't
the Celestials are an immortal race. They are a race of beings.
I don't want to go
that
too
are,
much
like,
longer, but
ever long.
doesn't the Collector tell about the gems and then start with the Celestials, how they created?
They harnessed the gems. That's all we know about them.
He didn't say like they created.
I don't remember it. Maybe they did, but he says they were the only ones that were able to harness them. That's all I didn't know for 100% fact. It's because he was like, he brought that up as a point to be like, no mere mortal can wield one of these. But the Celestials didn't. But not even the Celestials created the timeline.
But at some point, everyone fucked.
Yes, but the Eternals
not create. At some point, everyone fucked with the timelines.
Why?
I mean, why? They took the gems out of some
They literally
timelines.
No, they literally.
Cap went back to
They
put things.
literally say that up until Kang, in the 31st millennium, nobody had discovered the multiverse in every single reality.
So basically,
They say in every single reality, the first person to discover the multiverse was Kang.
From what I read, from Avengers to Endgame, there could be shifts in what happened between those times.
Yeah.
Because Loki leaving.
Okay.
Right?
Well, that's a different timeline than they pruned that timeline.
But is that possibility that Cap,
They pruned that
Iron Man
timeline.
stayed alive?
They pruned that timeline. So, sure, maybe eventually that timeline will branch off again. But for the time being, and as far as we understand Loki, is they stopped that timeline from branching anymore. So there was no.
Well, it's weird because their current location is the end of time, right?
No, that's the
Or no,
Loki's
that's
at the TVA. Sylvie's left.
No,
at
but
the-
were they?
What time are they in
When they're
they
with
go
Kang,
to
that's
Kang?
the end of time. They're at the end of time with Kang.
Yeah.
We don't know what that means. That could mean the end of known time. That
But
could be the end
when
of the
the
universe.
end of time
that could-
happens, though,
he
When
doesn't-
is that?
it rebirths it.
We
though.
don't know.
I mean, look at about
Because it would-
Secret Wars.
it would be
when
after-
the time ended, it rebirthed once again. So I feel like Kang was waiting for the time to end. He said it was going to end.
Where does it reset at though? Like what is it?
I think
set
it
to?
resets with
If
multiverses. That's what I
If
think.
you can exist and have control over time, you live outside of time. The end of time does not matter to you. Kang already knows how the timeline ends. There's nothing beyond his comprehension. The key is when he
but I
dies.
thought he didn't know how it was going to end.
No,
Once he picked up his clay shit and he was like,
because he was waiting
it's
for
over.
them to see him make a decision. Basically,
It's over. I
If
don't
they-
know
But if they
anymore.
had not, he knew that they were going to kill him. It was whether or not they picked up after him or not. So he was just going to go, okay, this is as far as I planned until this point, because he guaranteed he wanted them to come there. He let Eliath let them in. This has all happened due to his plans, right? He planned for all this shit to happen, so he's probably just like, cool, I'm going to die either way, and they're going to have to figure it out anymore, so I don't need to monitor time past a certain point, because eventually they're going to have to make the decision, and it's going to end up with me dying. So he just probably let the timeline go once they started to make their deliberation. That's what he means by, I don't know anything anymore. I'm just going to wait
But
to see
him
what happens.
telling them, though, that if you guys take over, you could keep the timeline that I built that's going right now.
Yeah,
Like,
indefinitely. And there's no end to the timeline. They could have just taken his spot, and then this could have continued on infinitum.
Because my whole thing is like if they're branching off and they're creating a bunch of different multiverses from that one point, because it's from technically the point that they did it. That's what it's showing from the timeline is that they're floating on the timeline. Then at a certain point it starts branching. He's like, "Hey, you guys need to make a decision now." That's
Otherwise, you won't be able to.
honestly-
but is that what the 30 is that millions of years from the current time frame
I don't know.
where Loki
like
would
I
have
said,
died?
when you can travel through time,
Because
time's
then
irrelevant.
that doesn't make sense for the multiverses to be affected when back in
I
time.
honestly,
I'm saying I don't think.
I
that
didn't
the-
think it was going to happen in Loki.
And doesn't the Eternals not? It takes place a while ago too. It's like
No, because they know about the.
no, but there's
Loki-
flashbacks in that movie,
Okay, yeah, but
right? So
they know
there's
about
there's a
Tony
large
being dead, or Tony being dead and Cap being gone.
sure. I'm not saying the whole movie's gonna take place in the past. I'm just saying, why would they know anything about the timeline? Why would that cross their mind? Why would that wake them up? What kind of extra dimensional powers they have where they know? And if they knew
I'm
that
just going
Kang
on-
controlled the timeline, why did they stop him?
I know Eternals in the comics, but then Eternals in the movies seem a little different, like they've been watching, which is weird. So I don't know. They're like,
Well, they probably have been. They're
like, this is
But
why.
how do we know they all survived the 31st century?
And people were mad that like
This
if
movie's
they were
not taking
watching,
place in the 31st century when Kang appears.
they're
right?
like, if they're watching, why didn't they help with Thanos? That's what everyone's like bitching about. But then maybe it was because I don't know. They knew they'd handle it.
Well, no, well maybe because they
Also-
knew the time that they knew that it
Another
was
thing
gonna happen.
people
Kang, on the other hand,
another thing people have been complaining about is when Doctor Strange looked at all the different outcomes, were those different realities?
No, it doesn't matter.
How?
It's just irrelevant.
How?
Because the
Explain.
whole timeline was set up. Him looking through that, Kang could have given him a million fake visions. Could have been everything. The possible, it doesn't matter.
But there was only
That's what I'm
one
saying.
that they were going to win.
But Kang seems to be on the time stone. So no matter what he sees, right? Doesn't
King
mean
is outside.
there
of
was
all
no
this.
there was no chance. But what I'm trying to say is there was no chance of them failing.
it was already written.
It was written. It was guaranteed they were going to succeed.
So it was
Right.
just it was
So
just
Kang
dumb.
can show them whatever they want.
Regardless of
I don't
winning
think
or
he was
not,
looking at
how
other
did he
realities.
see
I don't
so
think
many outcomes.
because I think Kang probably just fed it to him, if anything. Because why would Kang allow anybody to have any concept of any other realities beyond theirs besides what he think he might convince them to
See,
understand?
I think Doctor Strange is going to be the key because things like that, and then
Sure,
also,
now that Kang's gone, now that there's a power
and also
vacuum.
Dormammu, when he faced Dormammu, there was no concept of time when he fought Dormammu.
Well, yeah, and like
So in that dark dimension, there is no time.
But where Kang sits, it looks like he's sitting in a dark dimension. He looks like he's sitting.
So that's what I'm saying. Doctor
in
Strange
between
may be the
realities.
key of a lot of
Well,
this.
his
But is the
shit's
dark
fucking
dimension-
floating on the timeline?
The only question I
So
have
his shit was floating on the
is
timeline.
the dark dimension an alternate reality,
And
or
this
it is
might
a
be the-
plane of the same existence we live
This
on?
might be how we get the negative
Or
zone
is it
too,
the
for
space
Fantastic Four.
in between space? The problem is when they're talking about how there are no multiverses out, we do know of another realm of existence, right? Because the Chaos realm, or wherever Dormammu is a whole different plane of existence, right?
What about like all Asgard's different realms?
It's a little bit different because it's space and space magic, and they could
This
just
is
be-
all space,
But they
though.
could just be planets.
To be real
Well,
with
I mean,
you,
that's what could happen with Dormammu's area. Is that it
That's what I'm
could
saying,
just
though.
be-
Does that mean there's infinite amounts of Dormammu?
Yeah.
But is that how it works in the comics? Because I don't think that's how it works in the comics.
Well,
He's
then
only
that means
one Dormammu.
Okay, well that means that he is outside the time.
But then
My
but
question
then
is, too,
it just isn't.
I know we're giving
Thinking about
ourselves
this more.
headaches, but how many other copies are we going to get of
Or
people?
I'm gonna kill us.
Like, if there's variants, how many different variants are we going to get?
I don't know.
In the movie, we'll probably get a few in the movies, depending on what movies actually touch this.
Well, I guess, would you count if we got Spider-Man, Toby, or are those variants of each other?
yeah.
Yeah. No. No. Yes.
Yeah,
No.
Because they're
They-
different realities.
They're different kinds of. Right. They're different kinds. Like, I think we're gonna.
Well, no.
I think there's a difference
So-
between the multi. Oh, sorry.
Okay, so yeah, no, go ahead, Declan. I think you're,
I was-
I
he
think
never
you're thinking
talks,
of,
so I
no.
let him talk.
I was gonna say just what if seems to be different than the variants. What if seems to be direct branch timelines.
And let's go a little bit further. Secret Invasion is going to happen, so now we got to worry about people being
Okay.
scrolls too.
I'm not worried about that so much as I am.
I'm just
with
saying,
the
we're
what
gonna
if
be-
looks like it's branches and timelines, whereas
The What If cartoon.
yeah,
Okay.
it looks like actual direct branches. Like what if she got the super soldier, all that shit looks like direct branches from this current timeline. Whereas Tobey Maguire,
Too
and
many
Andrew
movies are
Garfield's,
taking too long to come out.
Tobey Maguire's and Andrew Garfield's realities are like distinctly different. So I think there's a difference in the multiverse.
Well, it's like
I think there's branches and then there's a whole other new tree.
Yeah.
Spider-Verse cartoon was like that, though. How they all were different Spider-Man, but their realities were so different.
Yeah,
Like
because-
Spider-Man
but
Noir was way
What if
different.
is showing us something that's close but slightly different,
Mm-hmm.
and Tobey Maguire that's showing us. So I think there's different types. I think
that
there's
means
different types
also-
of multiverse universes in this multiverse. That there's
It needs
a-
to be different
there's something that's
timelines.
like super different because if because to the point where like Loki and Sylvie probably don't even share any genetics similar, but like you could probably skip one universe over and that Loki with the vote for me thing looks exactly like him. They could be the same person. They could just be different timelines that have different degrees of separations. From
Also,
each
to
other.
throw it out there, the girl that played Sylvia, whatever, Enchantress. I'm guessing Sylvia. Sylvie, she was fucking great. We never really said about that. I thought she did a really good job. Really good actress.
Well, hold on. So they say that Kang.
We gotta end soon.
I know. No, hold on. They
We're
say
fine.
they say
we're
Kang.
fine. You're just tired, little boy.
Oh, he has 1 hour. You're good.
Little boy, you just need to get
I mean, unless you really need to leave, but I have
What time is it?
6:27.
Yeah, we're good.
So if Kang was the one who discovered the multiverse, right?
I don't think he says he
It's
discovered it.
confirmed that
It's
they all
confirmed.
discovered it at the same time.
All right, so
But you
hold
have to
on.
remember.
No, hold on.
You have to-
Let me
you
just
have to
finish my
remember
fucking point.
Anyone could say they discovered anything. Doesn't mean it's true.
Yeah, and that's semantics.
I mean,
But go
that's
ahead.
we
true,
can never
but
know that.
so he created it, right? Does that mean that his death is causing the multiverse? So therefore, he actually created it by his own death. Because at that point, there's not a multiverse. It's one continuous
for me,
timeline.
it's like, why-
the moment he dies, the multiverse
When he
breaks
discovered
open.
all the multiverses, why do you want to be so helpful?
That means the multiverse didn't exist until he died.
So all those branching timelines that we see at the end of the thing, those are the what if universes.
Yeah.
But we're going to find, because when he talks about them as universes parallel to each other, they're not connected.
Yeah.
When he's talking about, hear me
When
out.
he sees
Before
them
you say
like-
anything,
when he
yeah.
sees them like laid out
Before
like
you
that.
say anything, right? He sees them laid out on top of each other, parallel, right?
Mhm.
They're distinctly separate.
Yes.
So when he dies there, we don't get to see those distinctly separate. I think it might take some time for those universes to.
So are any of them
recom-
real?
Yeah, I think they are. I think that I think that
Well-
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man probably existed, and then King destroyed their realities, and those realities have to come back. You know, they have to restart from the very beginning.
I didn't expect this
Instead
from
of-
Loki, but I really think this is Feige trying to give himself an out to bring all these characters: Fantastic Four, Doom, X-Men.
It's a stupid way to bring the X-Men in.
But I think because it's so hard
I
to
don't care.
bring them in, I think
It's not that hard to bring them in.
It's how you gonna mention?
You can't
people
just
are
hand
gone.
wave everything with the multiverse. I'm sick of that.
you
and
can.
then reboot
I mean,
the
it
entire
is,
universe.
But you
It is a
can't.
cop-out.
It's a
It's a
cop
cop-
out.
it's a
It's
huge-
a bad cop
It's
out.
a huge cop out.
But
But
it's-
I
And
think
they should be held responsible for using a stupid cop out.
you
Well,
want to
the thing is-
fucking kill.
The thing is,
No,
you know
I didn't
what?
say. I didn't
I
say
don't
wanted to
think. I
kill
don't
them.
think
I'm
many
just saying,
people
like,
actually
people
care.
let that kind of shit slide all the time.
Well, yeah, especially with this one because it's like
I'll let it slide.
Then
if it brings
then the
X-Men.
movies will slowly get worse and worse,
yeah, that's
and the
that's
quality will drop,
naturally-
and then we'll have no Marvel Universe anymore. If people they're held accountable and responsible
Well, no,
for using.
They want to make money, dude. They won't do that.
So they already are being held accountable when people don't like the movies when they come out and they're garbage.
The thing is, yes,
right? And but
I'm-
we
I would-
want all these characters. One thing that any nerd who started watching these movies, the whole MCU, they wanted everyone from the comic book. So no one gives. I don't give a.
So
fuck
what if
about
I
the
told you we
multiverse.
rebooted the entire Marvel Universe?
We may get that.
That's stupid.
that happens?
It doesn't make
Welcome
it
to
not
comic
stupid.
books.
It does. All you're saying is it does.
It's
Doesn't
gonna
make a
s-
difference
on
'Cause we're
Blu-ray-
not talking about
Blu-ray-
comic books. We're not talking about comic books. We're not talking about an industry that's been around for
But
Yeah,
that's-
almost
we're talking
100
about
years. We're talking
the
about a movie
universe. Yeah,
That's
we're talking
our-
about
And if
the
you
movie
reboot
universe.
the movie universe, you invalidate all those older films.
Exactly. The
And then
blueprint-
that's
look
and
what
then it's
happened with Star.
boring.
look
And then
what
they're just gonna
happened
keep
with Star Wars.
fucking. And people hate Star Wars now.
Yeah, but look, it's the blueprint that we've always used, or the comic
Yeah, and
books,
Star
we
Wars is
pull from
losing money. So if they fucking if
that.
that.
No, God, no. Star Wars makes money. It doesn't matter how bad Star Wars is. Star Wars, like Han Solo, still made money. Like
I know. I went to go see the movie in fucking theaters. I was one
they
of those
got your
suckers.
money. But the whole thing is, they're always gonna
money.
make
That's
money.
terrible.
They're always gonna make money. That's the problem.
Yeah, because shills like you will sell out.
I didn't see Solo, motherfucker.
No, what I mean is that
I
people
mean, you buy their merchandise.
you buy
I
their
do buy it.
merchandise. You
Not Solo,
You pray
but-
at the altar that is Walt Disney.
We all do.
No, I don't.
I don't.
I don't sit here buying Disney fucking shit all the time.
Yeah.
You can believe that we
You guys
are.
don't watch Disney Plus TV shows?
I don't watch them blindly. I don't watch them without any amount of criticism.
You don't watch Mighty Ducks, the TV show?
I've
No.
never seen the Mighty Ducks TV show.
What are you talking about? Like the old one?
No,
they're making
no,
a-
not
they
the
made a new
cartoon. There's
one.
a new one with the Estevez.
Really?
Yeah.
See,
It looks kind.
this is how you know I don't fucking.
He's not
go
feeling
to the
nostalgia
show.
over
Well, you're
it.
not. When you go on Disney Plus, you could scroll around. You could
Yeah,
find
you know
it.
what I go to Disney Plus for? Things that are relevant to this podcast.
Exactly.
Mighty Ducks could be that one of these
That's
days.
fine. If you want to throw that on there, I'll watch it.
But I'm not like.
But I'm not going to
Disney
actively go out of
Plus,
my way.
along with Black Widow, for every household that paid $30 or whatever.
Yeah.
You're welcome, by the way.
Yeah.
They made like 89, 90 million.
Yeah.
So they're at the point where they're like, yeah, we like this movie Disney Plus shit. So I mean,
They didn't make. They would have made. Woo. That's not.
no,
that's
it went to
not
theaters.
that much.
It went to theaters as well. But see here, you have to understand how movies work in theaters. They split their revenue.
I know.
Okay, so with Disney Plus, they keep all of it.
Yes, but not as many people will go see it on Disney Plus.
90 million was spent just for us to watch it that weekend.
Yes, but how much did the movie cost to make?
I would assume probably like 120.
That movie then hasn't made its money back. You have to double the budget.
Oh no, they made their money. That's
You have
just
to double.
That's just Disney Plus. Dude.
I know you have to double the budget when you take into account
but that's
marketing, right?
You have to remember we're in week 2 of it, and I think it cleared out 40 million in theaters again.
Just give me the raw numbers.
Space Jam.
The budget was 200 million.
Give me the raw numbers.
I said that. I said 110. I was like, no, about 200 million.
How Space Jam was 200 million?
No. He's talking about Black Widow.
Black Widow was 200 million
To make?
Yeah.
Okay, what was his
I think
box
that's
office?
fair. Space Jam beat them this week.
Also, we have no idea if it was actually 90 millions. They could be lying to us.
Yeah, but why? I mean,
Because
I would have went with
they
a higher.
want to show us that they're not bleeding money, that they're not hemorrhaging. They want to show their people that they're not
Dude,
hemorrhaging
they
money.
buy everybody.
Who knows? I'm just saying. You brought up that Kang. Maybe. How do we know we can believe King? How do we know we can believe Disney?
Disney.
You're fucking Overlord. You're
Disney.
Ravonna.
No, I'm Mickey from South Park. That's
No, you're
like
Ravonna.
walking around,
so
buying everything.
in United States, it's 100
Wanna fuck a
million.
penguin?
Globally, it's 200 mil.
Globally?
Yeah.
Okay.
So U.S. 100 mil. Now, does that global? If they want to be assholes, they can.
So about 290 is how much it made. It made 200 million at the box
What if the
office.
global also counts the U.S.? Because they say global.
That's what I'm saying.
So it would just be 200 million currently right now.
Plus 90 off of Disney Plus. That's 290. They made 90 million.
Unless they calculated that in there, I don't know.
Well, then they.
But you remember,
then the movie definitely did not make money.
Yes, we're on week 2.
Yeah, it doesn't.
You're not on Blu-ray sales.
Most movies don't.
I'll bet you money. I've kept track of so many movies before. I know. I'm telling you. I know this. I am telling you, they'll clear out. I don't know if they'll. No,
I didn't say they're not going to make their money back. They just haven't made their money back yet.
I think they'll double. If Power Rangers doubled and they didn't do that well, and didn't get approved for a sequel, I think Black Widow will double.
God, fucking stupid ass website.
Because they count
fucking ads, dude.
What they end up counting as well as merchandise. They count.
Yeah, but that's not like merch. It's not like the movies.
Oh, it's not like it's not like Guardians merchandise.
But it's also
not like Baby Groot's everywhere.
But
they also count whoever pays to get TV time for it. But I don't know how that works.
Apparently, to Forbes, that's where I'm getting my information from.
That's a very reliable source.
Is it? I don't know. I don't remember anymore.
It is.
Forbes is good.
It's 29% drop from
last week.
But that's holding better than Ant-Man and Wasp, not surprising, and then Spider-Man.
Even though Ant-Man and Wasp is a better movie and Homecoming is a better movie.
Yeah, Ant-Man and Wasp
It might be holding better, though, because people are more inclined to wait to go to the theaters and see it.
But they're going to get Space Jam right now, though. That's why
people
it declined.
nobody's going to Space Jam, apparently.
You're watching it tonight.
But, like, I know.
Dude,
Ernie,
it's not,
Ernie, do you understand what hyperbole is? Do you understand what, like, exaggeration is? I'm talking about, like, no one as in, like, yeah, I'm going because my buddies wanted to go. I'm just going along so I can hang out with my friends. I'm not going like, oh, shit, I'm going to go see Space Jam.
I'll watch Space Jam at home for free.
It's more like, oh, shit, I'm going to go hang out with my friends.
Now, yeah, Black Widow's going to probably make its money back. I don't doubt that.
It's not about because you don't want to make your money back. You want to make more.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna double.
But they don't tell us how much marketing. They never tell you how much marketing costs. That's only the cost to make the movie.
That's how Batman and Superman lost a lot of money. They still did good, but they spent $200 million on marketing, I believe.
It's all kinds of bad.
So you do what you got to do. But
did you hear Zack Snyder's gonna make a samurai Star Wars movie?
I heard Batman's gone. Batflick's gone. Then I heard recently he's going to get an HBO Max show. Literally within 2 days, I've heard 2 different rumors. All I care about is James Gunn's Suicide Squad. I hope it's good. And if it's not...
Is that a fucking starfish?
If James Gunn can't make Suicide Squad good,
I would suck.
Then I give up.
Suck a million dicks for America?
Yeah.
For freedom?
Or I'd eat a million dicks. Because they're like, eat a bag of dicks. He's like, if this whole field was a bag of dicks, I'd eat everyone for America. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, John Cena. It fits for him. It's a good character for him.
Yes.
I think Suicide Squad's going to be good. James Gunn, I have faith in. But if he can't make that a fucking amazing movie, then I just give up on DC.
It's got Starro in it, right?
It's
gotta be an amazing movie.
It's got fucking, what's his name? King Shark. I mean, it's got cool ass people. I don't care for a lot of the other people, but
Polka Dot Man,
yeah, I'm there for.
Hey, I heard, what's her name? Maggie? Is that her name? The actress who plays Harley Quinn?
No. Margot
Robbie.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. She doesn't want to do it anymore, I guess.
Oh, Mr. I'm not on the news. heard some news.
Yeah, it was on my feed.
Yeah,
I think it was in the.
There's rumors that she's done, and
I'll play Harley Quinn.
I'd
On that note?
I'd rather you play Harley Quinn than Margot Robbie.
All right, DC. I'll play Harley Quinn.
Because
on
Margot.
that note,
No,
let's
on
just,
that
you know,
note, because Margot Robbie. I'm sorry, overdoes it too much. And
This
it's
video
annoying.
gets. If this video.
You
gets,
watched
Shut
the
up.
sequel
Wait,
with me.
wait, Ernie.
All I want is a sandwich, cheese, and I'm like,
What the
oh,
fuck are you talking about?
You have to watch the movie. You know,
Oh, you haven't seen Birds of
Okay,
Prey?
no,
yet,
I
have you,
haven't.
dude. It's-
But if this video gets 3,000 likes, I'll
Kelly Coco,
I'll
the girl
dress
that
as
does the
Harley Quinn.
voice on the show. Kelly Coco is a good-looking chick.
You
She
mean
could probably
William
get-
Shatner's daughter in those fucking Travelocity commercials?
Yeah, Big Bang. But no, I would take Kelly Coco. Plus, they make her the cooler Harley from the comics, where she's Miss Independent. But, anyways, you said on that note like 5 times.
yeah, on that note.
Where can they find us?
You can find us anywhere. I have to look at why we're not on Spotify. It's
So
sad.
don't say you can find us anywhere when we're not actually quite literally
Well, what
on
sucks
anywhere.
is we had that really bad podcast that everything happened wrong. Ocean was pissed off with me because he did a lot of talking about the trolling and
Oh, you
stuff.
talking about last week?
Yeah, and then all we had really was a little bit of Loki. We talked a lot about Fast and the Furious, which was all right. But poor Declan, I had to do that was a podcast because you weren't there. I had to do the sign up.
Yeah, I figured as much.
I had to do the
I thought about that.
I had to do the sorry guys. This was a blah blah blah. I did a
Okay,
little
I'll give you guys 2 at the end of the day, just to make up for it.
but yeah.
Well, so what I
subscribe.
thought you were going to do
What's
was cut an old one.
I should have probably
And
to be
done
You
that.
can
nice.
take the video down and then do it now.
Dude, that video should be taken down regardless.
Just take the
It's-
video down.
It's
I was actually surprised.
Just put
you
it on
that up
private.
there.
We'll make it the hidden.
I asked you
content.
guys, what should I do? And everyone's just like, just do what we
I don't-
have.
I don't remember you
I
asking
don't
me.
remember you asking me that.
You probably weren't answering. He probably didn't care when I was trying to.
All right, where can they find us?
On most platforms, I'm gonna work on Spotify.
Everything but Spotify, pretty much. So YouTube.
YouTube is our main go-to.
But
but
the
of
Apple
course-
Podcast.
Are we
Apple.
actually on Apple?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm subscribed to
Confirmed?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
YouTube's a big thing, man. You guys gotta like, share, subscribe. Last night we got a player came in. He heard us talking about the podcast, and he's like, "That sounds awesome. I'm gonna sign up." And he signed up that night. So I was like, "Thanks,
What a
Adam.
savage.
Thanks, Adam.
This goes out to you, Adam.
Adam,
Thank
thank
you,
you
sir.
for signing up."
Yeah, look at his dumb
Not
ass all
not
time,
the
though.
other
That's
Adam.
unfortunate.
Not the
Not
Adam.
not my cousin Adam. That was in the gumball
That guy's
contest.
an asshole.
Oh yeah, when's the gumball thing coming out?
I was gonna have you guys look over it tonight. I'm pretty much set. Everything's done. It's just little things that you guys gotta
But,
tell me what to do.
Yeah.
But,
But they
yeah.
can find that video on our YouTube channel, Best There Is Entertainment.
Yep. And that one I made sponsored that one just so we can
Who
get it.
knows? You guys will find out when that video comes
He's
out.
talking about splitting it
Yeah.
up because it's pretty long, but it's really entertaining.
Yeah, you guys will see when that video comes out. But I think that's the rest of it for us
like,
today, right?
subscribe, share.
Comment, dislike.
Oh, I was getting disliked on one of them. It kind of hurt.
That's fine. It's gonna happen.
No, it's fine.
You hurt his feelings. We're
I
I,
Maybe
no,
me.
I actually didn't care because at least someone watched it or someone gave me
for you.
attention. So it's like it's like a abusive relationship. As long as you give me the attention,
I get you.
I'm there. Go ahead, Declan.
That's a podcast. That's a podcast.